I'm gonna be real with you. I'm in my underwear right now with a towel because it was hot. I came in. It's hot as hell, but deal with it. I've been thinking about like negative like thoughts, negatively, like things going on in my brain. I'm sorry, but for real though, I am tired of it. Like maybe because it's just some bad sleep I'm getting. Maybe it's because I'm letting it bother me. But like, it's just one of those like annoying weeks where it's just constant negativity. Like, and I'm trying to fight it off, or I don't want to have this shit. And I kind of wanted to talk about it real quick. Hopefully this video is like 20 minutes long, but we'll see. It might end up being like an hour. But I'm not gonna like go on the whole trauma dumping tour. Maybe because like I've already done that a bajillion times on the internet. I like took down a lot of I think I like deleted at one point deleted everything off the channel because half of it was just bitching and it wasn't fixing the problem. But yeah, I wanted to talk about. I will like talk about some bad stuff that's happened, but like I'm not gonna go on like a well, this thing happened to me. I was born in a middle class family, and blah blah blah, Kamala, something like that. No, she just kept saying that every time, and it became kind of a meme. But yeah, like I was trying to read. And that's one of the things is sometimes I'll try to read the book, a book. I bought all these philosophy books back there. You can see over there, and I'm just trying to read them. But like I feel like half the time I try to read them, I get distracted by like things that going on in my brain, and you know it's been going on for like years at this point, like a decade. And I've been actually thinking about just getting like going to like a psychologist or some shit, going to talk to somebody, because I've been trying to like, oh, I don't need to talk to somebody, because like one, I was too lazy to just find like a site for therapists, and I did find one. I actually found a site with like these therapists, and they all like there's like different types of these people that like there's specific type of therapy, like play therapy for people like ADHD like me. And yeah, I'm gonna go look into that. And like another thing is, I was looking up like what borderline personality disorder was, because I kept hearing about that, and it seems like I might have it. I'm not gonna say I guarantee have it. I might have something else, but it's talking about like these emotional outbursts, or like just high amount of like negative, like angry thoughts because of like childhood trauma and stuff. Sometimes I'll have like arguments with my like the version of the person that like hurt me in my head. Like I know that sounds the same, but like literally like sometimes I would just be like, no, fuck you, you did this to me in like to the person in my head, and it's like annoying because I don't want to do that. I'm like one of those people that my goal is to have fun, but sometimes I end up in that like mental rut where I'm just constantly just arguing with this like metaphysical being in my head that's like based off of somebody that again hurt me. It's like I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, woe is me, blah blah blah. There's a Discord server I left recently, and the owner of Discord server owns a channel. I'm not going to mention the name or anything. He owns this channel, and then he's a cool guy for the most part, but he has that kind of that tough, how I say it, that hard ass personality, and it reminds me of certain figures in my life that had the same personality, and I've had to I've had to deal with it. I mean, I left the server because I'm like, okay, this is just the same movie all over again. Like I'm just doing the same shit. And he's not a bad person, or bad as people that hurt me or anything. And I don't really have any personal beef with him, but like some of the shit that I've seen, like the way he talks to people, this person talks to people, is like, okay, this is kind of the same thing that I've like been personally through. But and then sometimes I'll have like try to talk to him about something, and he just kind of gives me the same attitude, not like being full on mean, but just kind of like really blunt, some blah blah blah. So I've left the server off and on, but this time I'm kind of like, I think I'm gonna leave for good. Maybe I'll come back, but like leaving for good means you're gone. So I don't think that's a maybe. And I leave the server, and I'm like, I'm pretty much done. I'm still like, I don't know if I'm done or really not, but I'm like leaning towards, yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna come back to this, because so much annoying shit has happened over the like last 3 years of this server. And there's like one other time people noticed I left, but it was only because I came back like 5 minutes later, and they're like, what's going on? Why you left? I don't know why it's like really a big deal. Like I didn't really say anything to imply that. It's annoying because like I didn't really say anything to imply that like I left for like a negative reason. I just kind of came back real quick, or not real quick. I came back without like kind of randomly, and I was like, wait, what the heck? People should have been like, wait, why'd you leave? But I leave this time, and strangely enough, the guy, like the YouTuber, and it's not a big YouTuber. It's kind of relatively like small, bigger than me, way bigger than me. Like I think like a few like 30,000 subscribers. So it's not big, but it's relatively small in terms of like the grand scheme of YouTube. And he noticed that I left it. Like this, the owner of the server, the YouTuber, knows I left it. And I haven't really interacted with him like crazy or anything. A crazy amount. I just interacted with him like decent number of times here or there, but not like full on friends. It's kind of like, oh, I'm just like talking to him in a conversation about whatever is going on in the server, and then sometimes he replied to what I say, blah blah blah. So he notices I leave. I don't know how he noticed. I don't know if he was just looking through like the post, the Discord post. I'm gonna sit down. I don't know if he was looking through the Discord post, and then because like you're on Discord, and then people post, you can check the profile like a little mini profile. And I think he noticed that I wasn't in the server anymore because he clicked on it or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making guesses. And then he was like, he DM'd me and saying, "Is everything all right? I saw you left the server." And then I replied with something like, "Oh, anxiety, blah blah blah." I shouldn't really have replied because really like I wasn't trying to like catch people's attention. I left without saying anything because I'm not trying to catch people's attention. I was just like, yeah, I'm done with the server. I didn't even tell him that I was done with the server. I just kind of like made up like a half lie, like because it was kind of a reason for anxiety, but also because I wasn't. But like I don't really have any like real like beef with anybody on the server, or I didn't really have like I didn't leave after like a big argument or anything. I just like, oh yeah, I don't really. So much like annoying things have happened on the server, and I'm like, why do I keep? If I keep leaving, and then like, why do I don't know why I'm still here. Now, some people kind of like have on and off relationships with certain things, but like, I don't know, like this. If this is affecting me, I probably should leave. So I left. But I tell them, oh, I'm just taking a break. I don't think I'm taking a break. So that's the part where I lied a little bit, because, and then I know it's wrong. Don't lie, but yeah, that's the part. Well, I wasn't really telling the truth. So I probably won't come back. And he replied, but I didn't read the message. I don't know what he replied with. I don't know if he replied with something mean or just like, oh yeah, it's all good. Probably did with the latter, but because he's not like asshole. He's not that. He's just more like hard ass. like chill person mixed with hard ass, something like that. But yeah, I've been just dealing. That's just something that happened very recently, and I've been just kind of like thinking about people who have like hard ass people that's been gone on my case for like petty reasons or just whatever. I'm not gonna go again. I'm not gonna like name names or like point out specific people. I'm just saying that like attitude, like hard ass attitude, can like, for me who's like sensitive, can be like hard to handle in certain like moods and stuff. And one of the reasons I'm not sharing like any particular story and experiences, like that's the only like any like big story, because one, I don't really want to like do like a big trauma dumping video where it's like, oh, this first thing happened to me 10 years ago, blah blah blah. I might do that like later, but I still want to keep the video kind of educational, or take the experience, the bad experience, and say and talk about what I learned from it in another video. I want to do that, and I want to make a video. And one of the reasons I would vent, like I would like trauma dump or like vent, is see if other people have dealt with the same shit. Because I don't really care exactly for sympathy or people like, oh, pity, want to be pitied, because that's annoying and boring. I like having fun. Like I want to be enjoyable to be around or whatever. Like that's like, people want to be pitied so bad. Like that's gross. That's kind of gross. And I've slipped into that mindset, and it's just like gross. Like I don't want to do that. The big problem, but the big problem is when you have all these like bad experiences, it's kind of hard to, for me at least, it's hard to like shove that down and be like, oh, the happy fun person. Obviously there's some habits I can work on, bad habits I can work on, but like it's hard to shove that down. That's one of the reasons I'm thinking about getting some help, some professional help. Maybe talk to somebody. Because when you're talking to somebody, you're supposed to have someone who's like not supposed to judge you, but also still supposed to give you like little tips here or there. I don't know how the shit exactly works, but from what I know, the therapy shit is they talk to you, ask you questions like, how did you feel about that, blah blah blah, stuff like that. That's from what I've seen, like from Dr. K, whatever. But again, that's just my limited knowledge on that. I even bought a book on PTSD, but I read like a chapter of it. But again, and like that's another problem. Again, like I have trouble reading. Like I can read the words, I can understand the words, especially if I'm in a good mood, no negative thoughts or anything. But it's really hard for me to sit down and commit to a book, because one, look at all these options I got over there, and two, I'm also distracted by the phone I'm fucking holding this, recording this video on, and a computer right down there, the laptop. I got two laptops, but you know what's funny? I used off topic, but I used the laptop, the old laptop, this black laptop, to just charge my Steam Deck, because I can't charge it with the wall because something happened with the charger for it when I was trying to replace the storage, but that's something else. So I had to plug it into the laptop with like a USB-C, but again, different topic. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. And I've been dealing with this shit for a long time. And I know all the like big advice, like meditate, get better sleep, blah blah blah, like exercise. I just went outside and biked around. I did some calisthenics this morning. Am I looking at the like? Because I want to make sure I'm looking at the camera. I don't know. I make sure I'm looking at the, like, if you're watching the video, I want to make sure I'm like looking at you, because I'm looking at the phone, like the middle of the screen, but it doesn't look like I'm looking at the person. But when I look at the camera, where I'm putting my finger at. When I'm putting my finger at, yeah, I'm looking at you. But yeah, I wanted to make a video talking about that. And I might make a video talking about certain experiences, but I'm not going to go over literally everything, because one thing I want to say is that if you're just constantly like, oh, that bad thing happened to me, or like playing like have this victim mindset or whatever people want to say, that's not healthy, because just constantly thinking about bad things, that's not healthy. And like, you gotta like find a way to be productive, or find a way to not fall into that, which is, I think, just being productive. And it's hard, and it's kind of hard to be productive when you're just getting distracted. And maybe I need to change. I cleaned up the floor a good amount, but I still need to probably clean up this area over here. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video talking about what I've been feeling recently, and plus so I can upload, because I'm trying to upload one video a day. Just kind of as a challenge or whatever. So I've been more in the mood to upload content, especially on the main channel. So there we go.